we have the dashboard with its with a number of different key points or data points that we are going to want to be paying attention to. It covers total visits for that current month. Remember, we're always looking at the month based here. Okay, so we're looking at current month, total visits current month, total engaged, and total quotes viewed. Total engaged. So I already created a video that goes over the details of how this works. I'll cut to that video and then come back once that's done and then continue on. What this little chart does is it's basically able to track the actions and the things your visitors on your landing page are doing, which is extremely important if we're looking to optimize our marketing efforts and optimize our pricing to fit the market. This is really important information, so I'm glad that we were able to get it into Tint Bolt. So I'll quickly explain here. The important metrics here are the total amount of visits that are coming to your landing page. All right, and then the number of engaged visits. So these are people, let's go jump on this here. So these are people who have actually pressed a button here, like if they have actually engaged. So there are things like right now, a person who shows up to the website and doesn't do anything. They don't interact with the website at all. And then there are people who are actual customers who are actually interested, who are clicking. I have to say, so if you have too many people who are showing up and not doing anything, this can be a number of factors and a number of different types of visitors. So these can be people who clicked an ad and they were expecting something different. And so they're like, oh, this is not what I was looking for, and they leave. And some of them can actually be bots. And we know the internet is littered with bots. So there could be bots clicking your ads. Or I don't know that there's any bots that know about Tint Bolt yet. So I would imagine that if you're getting fake clicks or whatever, it's either going to be bots clicking through your ads, or it's going to be people who showed up on your website and did not get what they were actually looking for. But that's the engage, when people actually click and engage with your landing page, with your quoting and booking system. And then you have the total, I think this is total viewed. Yeah, quotes viewed. So total quotes viewed. So that is a mix of people who got their SMS quote sent to them. So the people who decided, yes, I want to save my quote and have it sent to me, and people who did not have their quotes sent. Anyone who's actually just seen the price, your quotes, the price for whatever service they're looking to get. And then we double down in a little deeper. We can track the amount of leads, the amount of people who just check the schedule, and the amount of bookings. And the reason why there's a difference between the checking of schedule and booking, like why it's all separated, is because sometimes people see your schedule and then they don't continue further for whatever reason. Maybe they're looking to get it done today. Maybe there's a specific day that they're trying to get it done, and you're just not available for it, so they don't book it. The important numbers to realize are is you want to see how much traffic is actually coming through, but not engaging or participating on the page. You're not actively trying to get a quote. And then the number of people who are viewing versus quoting, the number who are booking versus getting the quotes. All that will help you optimize better, and actually also help us optimize Tint Bolt better as well. So this is all in the effort to be able to get you more bookings, more quotes, more work as a window tinter. All right. All right, cool. So you've kind of gotten an idea now on how to monitor and analyze the data that's coming in into Tint Bolt from your website. Next is to manage your bookings. Now that's very, very easy. I may have even put this in the last video. All of your management is done right here. Right, you cancel, update, or and update the details, update the time. You can see who's coming in. You can get the phone number. You got all the information you need. This will be updated over time, because right now it's just bare bones. It does what it needs to do, but it's not all that appealing. I know. We'll get there. However, get you all the information you need: shades, the film series, the type of installs you're doing, everything you need to know, the vehicle, everything you need to know. Okay. Managing your bookings. And then last but not least, I will embed the accounting walkthrough into this video. So next feature I'm going to walk through is the accounting feature. Brand new feature brought in with the help of
Julio from RP Tinting out in Cali. This was his idea, and I liked it very much because I know I do accounting for my own business. So I thought, yeah, better to bring it into Tint Bolt and automate some of it. So it's a little bit of a better experience to make sure that you're on top of your finances for your business. If you really want to run your business properly, you want to know the ins and outs of your financial situation with your business, this is a good way to do it. Of course, this is just a basic accounting system. It's not an in-depth system. It does not integrate directly with QuickBooks or anything like that. It's just an internal booking system. So it's split out into 4 sections. There is your income/revenue, expenses, your P&L, and your personal finances. So very straightforward. I tried to make this as easy to use as possible. You just finished tinting a car, or you're certain that a car is coming in that you're going to make income off of. So you go ahead and you put in the date and the time at which that booking was for. Make sure to try not to have these overlapping, because you can only have one unique time at a time. So you can't have two 10 a.m. Or January 10th at 9 a.m.s. One will overwrite the other, right? It's obviously pretty self-explanatory, but let's say I have one coming in at 10 actually. So in 50 minutes, and that one is going to be for $250. It won't be a card payment. So let's add that entry, and voila, my income for the month has just gone up. Now we jump into expenses, and here also it's pretty straightforward. In the expense section, you have your cost of service and your operating expenses. Your cost of service, although there's no section to add in more costs of services, however, the basics are there. Your cost of film, if you get it shipped to you, the shipping and handling for the film, and then if you take card payments, your payment processing arrangement. So for me, I use Square, and up here in Canada for Square, it's 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. Then you want to add in your operating expenses. So there's a few default ones here: shop rent, your phone, and Tint Bolt, so you can get the idea of how it works. And then you can add in your other operating expenses. So for example, Webflow sites, like I put Webflow sites because that would be for my landing pages. For my full-blown S3 Tint website, I use Webflow. Anyways, so you would add in your person. You can be, your car rent for if you have a company vehicle, or say you just purchased a new squeegee, so you put in a squeegee, or you would name it whatever you want, add it in, and then fix for the prices. And then you can, all of this, so cost of service, operating expenses, and minus your revenue, gives you your P&L, so your profit and loss. So that's what all this is for. At the end of the day, you want to know what your actual net profit is and what your profit margin is. Okay. That is basically how that works, and it gives you a summary of your actual financial situation. And this information here, the net profit, transfers over to your personal finance, where then you can actually add in other income. Maybe you do something else on the side. You got a weekend hustle or a side hustle that you constantly do on the side or whatever, and then you can bring extra money in through there, which will increase your total income. And then all your personal expenses, like your rent, your cell phone, your car payments, groceries. This is for personal finance. And then that will subtract. For example, if my rent is, say, $600, say that it'll subtract from what I had left from my tinting income, which is from here, and then whatever extra income that I also put in, which is over here. Okay, I hope that made sense. I know that I went through that fairly quickly. Possibly in the future. Well, if you have any issues or questions about it, please just reach out. At some point, possibly in the future, I may just re-record a more in-depth look into this. But that's the basics of it. Just play around with it. You can't break it, so just play with it. Oh, matter of fact, try to break it and let me know if it breaks so I can fix that. But yeah, you won't hurt anything if you just play around with it, and you'll get the gist of it pretty quickly. Now you see what Tint Bolt can do without you doing very much more work. Tint Bolt is taking care of a lot of things automatically in some cases. Other cases, just makes it more efficient, the way you look at certain metrics and analyze your business and know where you're going and all that good stuff. So that is Tint Bolt in a nutshell, and that is the 3 steps to success with Tint Bolt.